All right. Happy Saturday. Happy 4th.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th. Yes. Man, I honestly though, when you have dogs, this is not, this is just something we're not looking forward to the evening when our dogs are getting freaked out. To be honest, it's so sad. I get so sad when our dogs are freaking out because of the fireworks.
There's going to be a lot more today.
And a lot of pets run away. This is like the #1 day that pets get lost and run away out of the whole year.
If they're outside the yard?
Well, yeah, like if they're in the backyard, they figure out a way to escape because they don't want to hear the noise. It freaks them out. So whatever, like that's just my one thing. You know, like I love seeing the fireworks at Disneyland. They're gorgeous. And maybe at the park, but like around the neighborhood, I wish they didn't sell the fireworks, to be honest. That's what I wish. Because of the doggies. And the cats. I think the cats also get scared. Okay, but it is BOLO Saturday, so welcome to our live, and welcome to our podcast. This gets uploaded. Our daily lives that we do on Instagram get uploaded daily on our podcast. Our podcast is the Flippin' Gals on. You can find it on Apple Podcasts. You can find it on Spotify Podcasts. And like, what is the intention? Like, why are we doing this? So we have a very specific reason why we are doing this. Good morning, Nancy's Deals 18. Happy 4th. Happy Saturday. How are you doing today? Good morning, IT Seller 007. How are you guys doing today? Our main reason for doing this, #1, is because happy birthday, Bill from 324 Funds.
Happy birthday, Bill.
How exciting. Heard you went to the grocery store to get some ingredients, and Tori's gonna make your favorite meal.
Ooh, what is it?
Which is I think it's like steak pad thai. So I mean,
ooh, that sounds
gonna be looking for some videos or pictures and see how that goes. But yeah, so I mean, we feel honored that you're here with us on your birthday. What are your plans for the day? What's your drink of choice today? You know, it's like a nice day, right? How cool. You get Tori for 4 days. How awesome is that? So he's excited. He said she is. Yep. Yeah, how cool is that?
Pad thai is awesome.
Ooh, that sounds yummy. I know. We got to work on our pad thai. Okay, so BOLO Saturdays, pots and pans. So shout out to Hustlin' Hooks. You know, when we think of pots and pans, we think of you guys. We haven't sold any pots and pans, but we're going to work on that. So 324 Fine says drink of choice for today is going to be bourbon, beer, and scotch to finish the day. Sounds awesome.
Wow.
Yes. Is there a like show of choice? You guys going to be watching anything? How was Hamilton yesterday? We totally missed it. I passed out. I don't know what happened to me. I passed out at like 8:30 p.m. at night.
But we're gonna watch it tonight. We've been seeing a lot of stories about Hamilton, so I can't wait.
Good morning, actually good afternoon. Discount deals for you and Caffeine and Cashmere. Happy Saturday.
2434 collectible. And
happy 4th. So we are going to discuss the BOLO pots and pans because it's BOLO Saturday. BOLO Saturday means focus on this one item this week. Focus on just looking in your neighborhood and your local areas for this one item because they exist. People are not looking for these on a daily basis. And you guys totally can clean out your entire neighborhood and city and make some money. Make some decent money. So as we were mentioning earlier, we do this. We do what we do every single day in order to help you guys to make a profit for whatever it is that you want to make a profit for. So maybe you want to make a profit because, you know, your initial job isn't enough and you need extra cash, right? Or maybe you want some money for an emergency fund. Or to, buy your family some extra gifts here and there. I know 324 Finds and Girly Girl Styles have dedicated the whole year to donate their profits to charities, which is so amazing. So check out their closets on Poshmark. We're going to get started with BOLO pots and pans. So our very first one, Michelle, you want to talk about it?
This is a RUFFONI HAMMERE, is that even hammered copper cookware pots and pans. So if you go to estate sales, if you guys can find any copper pots and pans, those are usually worth money. We usually see these in movies. I don't know why. But I've never owned one. We've heard good things about it. So this brand is very, very high end. This was sold for $280, just one piece, on May 29th.
So a couple of things about the bolos is we look up comps on eBay, and we also don't look up unicorns. So we make sure that we are finding things that are in demand and that are available for you guys to go out there and search after you finish watching or listening to the BOLO Saturday. So those are a couple things. And yeah, so that is definitely very gorgeous. Oh, one more thing. Michelle did recommend to check them out on estate sales, but given the circumstances and times we're in now, where you're trying to minimize going out, another recommendation is to check OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, and the Neighborhood app. So why are those recommended? Well, it keeps you away from the crowds at the store where the pandemic is literally alive and flourishing. And also, for example, after this live, we're going to go pick up some pots and pans that we found, and we are letting the seller know we're going to be covered in PPE, and we asked them, are they going to be doing the same? And they said, absolutely. So if they don't want to comply and wear a mask or whatever, we do not need to risk our health. We will not go to that person's home. So 324 Fine says, bakers love copper to cook with, by the way.
Bill's a chef, remember?
I do remember that, yeah. So wait, bakers cook with copper and it goes in the oven? I wonder if that's how that works.
That's interesting.
I have no idea about cooking that much.
So Discount Deals for You says, yes, I decided not to go to any sales today, but I may shop online. Exactly. There are a lot of estate sales that are also online where you can bid on items, so that's another way to shop. Yeah.
So number 2 is going to be vintage copper pots and pans. There's no actual title or name for this one.
No, anything vintage. Yeah. Okay,
so again, if you spot something that's copper, it is, like Michelle said, worth money. And yeah, specifically if they're vintage, or sometimes if they even come from another country, like you were mentioning,
Portugal.
Some copper Portugal pans, no brand, but they were going for a lot of money. So 324 Fine says, no, candies and egg dishes. Oh, copper is a great metal to cook with. Interesting. Okay. Good to know.
All right.
Good to know, yes.
So this next one, it's a pretty popular brand, and you could certainly try and find it. It's REVERE WARE copper bottom. And this was a 30 piece, so and they usually count the lids as a piece. And this was sold for $836 on eBay.
Yeah, so quick tip on how to find these. Basically, we just go to eBay and we click like cookware. And then we filter under sold, and then price and shipping is the highest. We kind of learned about this from Hustle and Hooks. Like, they're super strategic, much more than we are. And that's how you start finding these BOLO brands.
And when you go look for items, make sure, especially this brand, make sure those are copper bottoms. They're worth a lot more.
Yeah, so for these ones, there are 2 types. Did you include the other type in here?
Mm-hmm.
Or okay, so definitely the one with the copper bottom. Okay, and the other one is like if it's all copper on the bottom as well. So Discount Deals for You said, do you guys have any particular times you do lives or regular videos? Yeah. We kind of do. We do lives regularly, Monday through Friday, between 8 and 9 a.m. So we'll usually start around 8:30 in the morning. On the weekends, we're doing BOLO Saturdays around noon.
Yeah.
Around noon, yeah. So 324 Fine says, if anyone finds all-clad copper pots and pans, snag them. Is that a brand?
Yes, all-clad.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Bill.
Bill knows a lot about pots and pans.
He knows a lot about a lot of things, though, to be honest.
So I can't pronounce this. Marina, maybe you can help me. DEHILLERI?
I don't know.
This is a French brand, and it's super high-end. They call it hammered copper tin stew pan pot. So any casserole, pots and pans, that are made in France are expensive and are worth money. $695 for this one piece.
So, sorry, I forgot to say that the REVERE set, we have a set here. It doesn't say how many are on there, but I see about probably a 30. Set of like, oh, it's a 30 piece. So 30 piece includes a lid. So you count the pots and pans and the lids. Sold for $836 on May 1st, which is actually a pretty decent deal. Mm-hmm. All right, so the next one here is called Club Cookware, CLUB. This is an aluminum pots and pans. They are vintage, so they have those like vintage colors, like, you know, like a weird, not weird, but like a, how do you call that green?
Olive green.
Yeah, they have these strange colors. This is an olive green. I've seen like a turquoise light blue. Anyway, so we have 8 pieces here, 4 pots with 4 lids, sold for $300 very recently, June 10th.
Yeah. This one, like CREUSE, a lot of people are aware of this brand. They're very, very easy to spot. They're super colorful. They're made out of cast iron. I had a casserole before, but somehow I lost it. It's a bummer. But these are worth money. Cast iron are great for cooking steaks, and you can shove them in the oven, so they're very durable. This one casserole pot was sold for $255. They retail for a lot of money as well. And this was sold on May 25th.
Yeah, and even if you find like they're not vintage, they're still worth a lot of money. So when you're looking at kitchenware in an estate sale, you want to look out for these ones. The next one is here, vintage KAMENS enamel cookware. These are gorgeous. So they look like they have a beautiful, almost hand-painted flowers, and they look Portuguese to me, you know. But then they do have the copper, like highlighted, what do you call it? Lid, not lid, but the lid top where you kind of remove the lid, and the handle is in bronze. So they are absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, they're a piece of 8, and they sold for $225 on May 15th.
So this is a general thing to look at, is anything with floral pattern, anything that's like very intricate, vintage looking. When you spot those, look for the comps, because those could potentially worth a lot of money. We see a pattern here that anything with floral pattern are quite high end.
Yeah, and look, Discount Deals For You just said they're really pretty.
Yeah.
And aren't they so beautiful?
They are.
So yes, definitely they do have a value. Good afternoon, FNS resellers.
You want to do this?
I could do this one, yeah. So I discovered the COOKWARE. This is a set. It looks like a set of like 4. Was it more than 4?
It's 4.
It's 4, you guys, for $18,000 on April 29th. This is not a joke. If you find this specific pattern with like vegetables, and it does say, it says something on it. I can't really read it, but you guys can look it up, and they sell. You know, it's this one, another really pretty pattern with just blue flowers, very simple. They're selling for thousands of dollars.
And this is a crazy thing. This is not just one listing on eBay. I've seen at least 8 of these same listings sold at over 10 grand, which is insane.
There's tons of these available out there. They're not unicorns whatsoever. So again, this was COOKWARE.
All right, next one, PYREX. So apparently vintage PYREX kitchenware are worth money, and we're learning together. Anything with floral pattern, anything unique looking. For example, this one, we have a teal blue PYREX pot. It was sold for $5,600 in May, and it's beautiful. But I wouldn't pay $5,000 for it.
It does have like beautiful. It looks almost hand painted, like a copper color design of flowers or plants. It's gorgeous. Yeah, $5,600. You wouldn't pay that because you're not a collector.
I know.
You know what I mean? But a collector would certainly pay for that.
I wouldn't cook with it either.
And the very last one we have here is GRISWOLD. This is a cast iron skillet pan, just one pan, sold for $1,750 on May 9th.
So we find a commonality here from our research. One is copper. look out for copper. Second is look out for cast iron. And the third is when you look at vintage items, look for floral, handcrafted patterns. Those are all three big things to look out for.
Yeah, that's right. And so take notes. Make it a goal this week to look for some of these locally in your areas. Probably not worth it to find online, but you can look online too. Just try to do local and just wipe everyone out. And so we'll keep you guys posted with how we do with the ones that we're about to purchase after this live. We're going to pick up a set of pots and pans. We'll keep you posted on the journey. And here's our meme for the day. So this is a very famous person. It's Chef Ramsay talking to someone, and he says, "The beef is so undercooked that it's starting to eat the salad." So you know how he's very particular about cooking in his restaurants? And he's a little harsh with his words. So Thrifty Me in Arizona said, "Wow, I'm glad I jumped to listen today. Great info, ladies. Thank you. You are so welcome. We certainly wish you the best of luck. Keep us posted, guys, especially if you do find any of these items. Hashtag Flipping Gals Bolos, if you don't mind, so that we can check out your finds. And happy birthday again to Bill324 Finds. Hope that you have a wonderful today and tomorrow celebrating your birthday.
And happy 4th of July to everyone else.
Discounted deals for you, says yes, great information, thank you. You're so welcome, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.